Good morning, people. Good morning. You want to say good morning? Yeah. Look at his ear. He had a great night. Slept very good. He was pretty tired yesterday because he did a lot of stuff. But I want to take this time in the morning walk alongside with all the instructions that I usually give you guys, which is make sure you work a position because that's when he gets a little bit more excited, right? Yes. But I want to talk a little bit about food and how the natural diet makes a difference. Yesterday I introduced him to the natural food. So he had real meat, chicken feet, real vegetables, and wow, you can tell right away it's a different kind of poop. Calmer stomach, right? If you think about the digestive tract, it does affect the dog a lot. So I love natural diet, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. So I introduced my dogs to a natural diet, I don't know, about 12 years ago, and I saw a huge difference in coat, skin, health overall. So I'm really a huge advocate for a natural diet, and here we have so many options. So a lot of people are skeptic about it, but wow, it makes such a difference for the dog. So he started yesterday and he did very well, and you can actually see a darker poop, more firm, and no issues at all because he was having ear infections, and that is usually related to food. People don't talk too much about it, but it is. So he did phenomenal, and he's loving it. I'll show you guys later which one he's having, and you guys are welcome to try it out. It's phenomenal. Now back to training. This morning a lot of dogs are out, so this is a big test for him. He's usually very curious, he's very impulsive when it comes to other dogs, but we already saw like 5 of them this morning, and he's doing good. But like I said, in the morning he wants to push this, you know, he wants to push that position. Like I said, that's when they wake up and they have all that energy, they want to do things. So I make sure I give him a good walk, calmly, nicely, and I correct him all the time when he's pushing his position right there. Hey, correction right there. See, he needs to be aware of me. Like I said before he can experience any kind of freedom, he needs to understand the rules, and he follows me first, then I give him freedom. So I hope you paid attention to the correction I gave him earlier. Right there, see? He has to be aware of my body and not try to cross it all the time, especially in the morning. That's when he gets a little bit more excited. Right there. Good. I didn't have to correct him this time, but he has to be aware of that. Don't fall into the trap to think that, oh, it's morning, he's full of energy, he wants to run, I'm gonna let it slide. No. Anytime, right there, anytime he tries to cross this boundary right here, he's gonna get a correction. That's how I get him to stay right there. See, this is what I want. And still, he's right there in the limit. You see his nose right by my knee? So keep working on that because they'll test you. And he's just 6 months old. He's going to test me a little bit more further down the line. So be aware of that. Look at him loving the chicken feet. Look. right, guys, so here we are, another break from my work to walk my boy here, and I'm constantly working with him on that heel position right here, right? So you can tell that he wants to push, he wants to go a little bit forward, and I also use my legs right here, you see, to block him, because I don't want to keep holding the leash all the time. I'm not saying people don't have to, they should, but he's gonna go on an e-collar, and he needs to understand that this is the limitation for him. He can't go further than that, right? So in the morning, he always tries to push. When he gets too excited, he wants to push again. So I'm constantly reminding him with my arm here so you can see that I need that space. You see, he's right there in the limit. He can't pass that, right? This is what I want, right here. So remember, always work with your dogs on that. Every time you take them out for a walk, every single time. So this is a good distraction right here. The guy is cleaning the grass, so he has to stay here. And because I have some lag here on the leash, this is the appropriate length to get corrections from. You can loud here, but he has to stay here, right? That's it. So the guy is there. He has to stay away. Yeah. Distraction, it's a big one because it's a loud noise, so he has to stay with it. See, I'm not holding the leash. He has to learn how to stay with it. Heel. Good. Everything, cars, movement, anything. I'm more important. This is the lesson. So this is what I want you guys to keep in mind. Even when it's a short walk, just a potty walk or whatever, like I'm doing with him right now, always reinforce those little things. Shh. Right there, correction, right there. Reminder, and always a good reminder, not just any reminder, a valuable one, right? If I want to keep this going forever, every time he makes a mistake, he has to be a valuable consequence. That's why he keeps right there. Stay right there. Any little mistakes, this is how we clean up. Little mistakes, right? Good job, big guy, good job. So now there's a car count. Okay? Good. Excellent choice. That's what I want, right there. So this is going to be the last test. We're going to cross the gate. There are two people here working the grass, a truck, and a guy with a blower. Very nice. Very nice. This is what we want. This is what we want. Full attention on me. Nothing else matters, right? That's the goal. How about that real food, huh? Look at him. Isn't that delicious? That's raw meat, vegetables, fruits. All he needs. Sit, good boy. And like I said, he eats in the crate every single time, right? I don't get a mess around the kitchen or on the floor, and he's not bothered by anybody while he's eating. So it's the safest thing to do. He gets to enjoy his delicious meal in there every time. And just like that, the whole thing is gone. Right, Royce? You like that? All right, guys, so we're out here. Took him for a potty break, and every time I take him out, I walk him a little bit, just to stretch his legs and all that, because I have to work sitting down all day. And this is good because a lot of people are on the same schedule, working from home, and they think that they need all day to train their dogs, and really that's not what it is. It's just taking a few breaks, taking them out, and practicing this, right? So what you see here, look at my hands, right? Not putting whole lot of effort into this anymore. Why not? Because he's been corrected for not following my commands. Yo. There you go. When I met him, he was all over the place. Jumping, pulling, lunging, all those things. And now look at him. Nice walk, very nice. Nice and slow. Out here where I live, he's the most well-behaved dog. And there's a lot of younger dogs here, small dogs. They're all over the place. People struggle with this because of one thing. They don't want to correct their dogs. It's just simple. So what makes a good walk? What makes a walk work? And what creates this? That nice, calm walk where you don't have to put a whole lot of effort. Look at my hands right here. I'm teaching him to do it calmly. How? What's the secret? The secret is called corrections. He's been corrected every time he tries to do something else other than this. And this is what I tell everybody all the time. If you want your dog to be clear on what he has to do while walking with you, just correct everything you don't want. And people struggle with that concept, but that is the key. That is what creates this. So I can take him out 20 times a day if I want to, because it's a pleasure walking with him now. And it doesn't take that long. It just takes effort and clarity that you have to put in that in a very simple and objective way for the dog to understand. It's all that. It's simple. But a lot of people don't want to do it. So once you're okay correcting your dog, you're going to create this very easily. Clear boundaries, right? Dog has to understand that he cannot cross that boundary. If he has to walk by you, and if he has to prioritize you, that's his only option. Everything else is deemed correctional, if that's how we can put it. So without corrections, there's never clarity for any dog. So every time I take him out, 10, 20 minutes, 30-minute walk, 40-minute walk, doesn't matter. Every time is the same thing. So keep that in mind. Good boy, Royce. Good job. So guys, here we are once again in front of the Walmart entrance, me and Royce. We can't go in, but we can stay here for a bit and practice this. He's trying to settle. Like I said, this is difficult for him. This is the most difficult thing for him, actually, to settle in a social environment. He has a hard time with that. But I'm trying to bring him out as much as I can to get him used to it, so he doesn't have to go all over the place and be scrambling. Instead, just lay down and relax. So let's see how he's gonna do. So remember, the goal here is to get him to settle down, right? We're in front of a store, and this is the most difficult test for him because too many distractions, right? All right, that's the lesson. Every time he moves, I'm going to correct him. So he's okay right here. He can sit or he can down. That's it. Other than that, I'll correct and reposition him. So that's all we want. Let's see how this is gonna go. So like I said before, this is a struggle. This is the most difficult thing for him to do when he's in a social setting. He wants to move around and he wants to engage with everybody, and he's not allowed. So right there, right direction. Remind him that all he has to do is sit here and sit, or he can lay down. That's it. And you see, the environmentals really trigger him. See, he's listening to the sounds inside and all that. But it's okay. We have a little bit of time, so we're gonna wait and see how he does. How long does it take for him to settle? A lot of dogs have a hard time with this. He's one of them. So that's what we're here. Good job. Good job, big guy. Good job. Good.
Even from that side, if you have samples that are ready for it.
Good job. Very good.